Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to another Doomlings game. A Doomlings unboxing of sorts. It's actually a box. So the original Doomling came in this little tiny box, which held the 150 some cards in here, 167 cards. So if we open it, I have one of the duplicate sets I have in here. And you can see it held it pretty well. There's quite a bit of extra room for some expansions in here. It did originally, I think, have like a little piece in there to kind of like separate this, but eventually took it out because I got too many cards once you start buying some of the expansions. But it was a decent box for holding if you're just buying the base game or one or two expansions. Then they came out with the little bit bigger box so you could pick up at like Target and stuff. So if we can open this up. This also came with a little plushie, so if you wanted a little Doomling plushie, it was kind of cool. But like the other thing, it was still a base game, all the same cards, so you didn't really have a reason to buy more than one. But it doubled up the sizes. It is, basically the same size as the regular box. Just two of them is more or less what it is. Has an extra divider piece in here for your core set, so you can have your main cards, your, era cards, some other cards in here, like your game setup cards. You can have all your extra stuff over in here. If you bought some of the Overlush stuff, you may have gotten a little tiny box like this. It holds a few cards. See, I just stored some of my extra stuff in here for now. But yeah, it did work. Again, if you have a core set, and then you have, of course you buy this, you get the core set, and then you pick up a couple of expansions, it definitely holds everything. And the thing was, as of, the last stuff we had, there was the core game, there was the Overlush, if you picked up the full collection or you bought enough packs to get most of the collection or the entire collection. The upgrade pack, which is 4 small packs. The Imaginary Ends, which is 4 little mini sets. Legend of End Eras, which is again 4 little mini sets. 4 or 5 little mini sets in each of those, actually. Then they had the brand new one, the Shadow Puppets, and the Crystal Shores one. So there was, 5, 6, 7, 8 total sets, plus any extra promos you might have had from, again, Kickstarters or sometimes you order from their site, they send you promos. Only a handful of cards that way. The Overlush had a few more. And then plus all the gold packs. If you started picking up the gold packs, you'd have plenty in there. And again, this has the 176 from the regular one. Yeah, this actually did hold a decent number, but by the time all the last couple of sets started coming out, plus started buying gold packs, this got super full. And that's why eventually I was using both of these, but then both of these were getting full. So now we need to upgrade again. There's the option of getting the black box from their website, which is like a version of the Kickstarter one. I think the Kickstarter one was gold. Might not be the exact same one as in a Kickstarter. I don't know how big those were because I did not purchase either of them. But they have a brand new one you can pick up, which is the Jade box. So this thing is gigantic. So as a comparison, it basically has the room easily of 3 of these. Plus, not to mention, it is quite a bit deeper. So it's about 1.5 deep. So take a look at that. So yeah, it definitely looks pretty too. The explosions on there. Here we have a couple of the characters on the side. We got Scuttle on their side. I know Scuttle because he's been in a lot of stuff. We have little unicorn ones. We have one of the fox ones from Overlush. Nothing on the back side, and I'm tipping all my cards all over inside. So now this thing is huge. Now, one thing I love about when these game companies release these big giant boxes is it generally means if you're going to release something this big, you generally have plans to keep the game going. You don't tend to make something like this size and then it's like, okay, this holds all but the last 2 sets would have 100 cards. They could have just easily just made a longer box that held an extra 100 cards and been like, hey, we're done, we're out. We don't need to make any more. yeah, typically if they make something this big, they probably intend to keep the game going for a couple more years, adding more stuff. So let's take a look inside. It has a little magnetic flippy flap. It has some velvet inside, so it's really nice. You see you have 4 different columns in here, or rows in here to use, so lots of stuff. I have all the cards in here, plus all of my gold cards as well, and you can see I've not even filled up half of the box. So I have like the base set, upgrade set. This is Overlush. This is Legend of End Eras, and I think all the foils from Legend of End Eras. This is Imaginary Ends with theirs. I think these couple of sets here are Shadow Puppets and Corral, or Crystal Shells, or Crystal Shores. So yeah, you can see I have plenty of room. It does come with these little blocks in here. They're kind of just like cardboardy blocks. You can kind of set them in there to sort of help hold your stuff together, or these dividers. Now, they don't stick in there, so don't expect to put these in there and then turn this direction and have them hold them in steady. I think they're kind of more just meant to be like little dividers. Also comes a little Doomling bag, which if you have like first edition pins or any other counters or dice or anything you want to use, you can definitely stick them in there. I think the idea is to have all the pins you can start getting. Of course, if you bought every pin, that won't fit either. So, very cool. And then it also comes with a bunch of these dividers, which is really neat. They're rewritable on the top, so you can go ahead and write different stuff on there. So you have lots of them. Look at the different end areas. I'll kind of show off each one here. I haven't wrote anything on mine yet, just because I was still in the process of sorting out where I exactly want everything. Some of my stuff got mixed up, so I have to actually re-go through each one a little bit more hand by hand to make sure I have everything in the right order as well. Portal one. Little Tea Party. Looks like a lot of these are from like the new set. Then we have that one. And then we had a stack here. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And again, I have everything currently separated by set as well as kind of by gold cards for the most part. So I easily have another like 5 or 6 sets you could probably separate these by. So very cool. Very, very high quality. These aren't really nice. They're pretty durable. Like, I mean, they're not hard plastic or anything, but they're also not flimsy pieces of cardboard or paper. Now, I just want to take a quick look as if I stuck everything together on one side. I'm going to throw a divider in here and a divider on this side. And if we throw end eras in there, so this should be everything: Overlush, end eras, Imaginary Ends, Shadow Puppets, Crystal Shores, and the core game, plus any extra, maybe like little, and the upgrade packs. So then this side right here is just Imaginary Ends, which I have a lot more foils for. And I filled up one side. So obviously if I buy a bunch more of the foils, because I only had about half of each set, and I was trying to get all of them. Plus if you tried with Overlush to get a bunch more, some of them, you might fill up 1.5 of this box total, which is not too terribly bad. For what it is, right? So that's actually a pretty decent amount of space, so hopefully that means they're going to release a ton more sets in the future. I'm going to just drop all these right in there. So yeah, that is what we have for Overwatch. So very quick video. Just kind of wanted to show everyone off what was in there. So, again, with like Overlush, you might get duplicates. Maybe you bought both of these other sets. You have duplicates of the starter sets, and you want to keep some of them. Maybe you want to buy 2 of every set so you can have multiple copies of each one. So if you want to, you'll have like just a standard game, or if you want to have mixed decks built up, they're giving you options to do that within the storage box. It will get kind of heavy, though, if you start filling all of it. So that's what we have for Doomlings. Hope you guys can go to the video, check out the gold unboxings, or unwrappings as I'm doing them, to see some cool different variations we get in there, and we'll be excited to see what the next set is. See you guys later. Bye.